While the defendant ultimately withdrew her request for the 1028 hearing, we conclude that up until the fact-finding hearing, she was inadequately represented in that counsel failed to pursue her rights, contributing to the denial of a prompt 1028 hearing, and to the inordinate delay in the ultimate disposition of this proceeding. The first attorney who appeared for the defendant never questioned the efficacy of the removal order and failed to recognize the signification of the defendant's written request for a 1028 hearing and assignment of counsel, and that 24 calendar days, 16 court days, had passed since her request was filed with family court. None of the attorneys representing the defendant objected to the delays throughout November 1998. And in fact, the record reflects that the 1028 hearing scheduled for Monday, November 30th, 1998, was not held, among other reasons, because of difficulties with the defendant's counsel's office. The first time any attorney representing the defendant requested any kind of visitation between the defendant and the child was January 14th, 1999. Finally, although in mid-January 1999, family court set a fact-finding hearing date for March 24th, 1999, the hearing did not begin until July 14th, 1999, without objection from counsel. There is also no evidence of a renewed request by the defendant's counsel for visitation between January 14th, 1999, when the psychological evaluation and report were completed, and in the court's possession, and the first day of the fact-finding hearing, July 14th, 1999, when the court permitted supervised visits for the first time. However, notwithstanding these infirmities, we conclude that the defects in the JHO's temporary order of removal are not grounds for reversal, because the final dispositional order expressly vacated that order, rendering moot any appeal from the purported temporary order. See matter of Joyce, 245, Appellate Division 2nd, 962. Matter of Nicotera versus Nicotera, 222, Appellate Division 2nd, 892, 894, 1037, 1039. Furthermore, despite the failings of counsel and family court during the period preceding the fact-finding and dispositional hearings, we conclude that the finding of neglect is nonetheless amply supported by the evidence presented at the fact-finding hearing, and that during the course of both the fact-finding and dispositional hearings, the defendant received effective assistance of counsel. Evidence at the fact-finding hearing demonstrated convincingly that the defendant suffered from a mental disorder which limited her ability to care for her child, and that her behavior placed Joseph in imminent physical and psychological danger. At the conclusion of the dispositional hearing conducted by the newly assigned family court judge, which included testimony by a psychologist who evaluated the defendant and the child subsequent to the fact-finding hearing, and during which an in-camera interview with the child was conducted, family court characterized the neglectful act which led to the removal as a single psychotic episode. So, today, or you want to continue, Stephanie?